Hey everybody, I'm Cahlen Lee, and today on Wizard Health I'm going to be talking about activated charcoal, or what is also called activated carbon. So this is something which you can use when you have eaten something which is causing your body upset for some reason. Either it's giving you gas, or it's moldy, or it has other toxins in it, or you've ingested some sort of poison. You can take this, and because of its qualities, it's a negatively charged thing, and it's very porous, so there's lots of surface area on this thing for things to attach to. So it draws things to it, and then has lots of surface area to hold them, and it doesn't let them go, and then it's carried through your body because your body does not absorb it, and it's just excreted through a bowel movement. So this is something which even hospitals use when people come in with some various sorts of poisoning. So it's not like an out there type of remedy. It's actually something that's well established and definitely works. From my personal experience, I've used it for many different things, and I've helped other people by giving it to them when they have eaten something that they shouldn't have, or drinking something that they shouldn't have, or just other things like that. Now, activated charcoal can be made lots of different ways, lots of different things that you can start with as the source, but the most, I say, common way that you buy it for human ingestion would be it comes from coconut hulls. So the outside of a coconut has a kind of a woody cover on it, and when they process to get all the juicy goodness inside the coconut, they're just left with all these holes, and what they do is they burn them at very high heats. Sometimes they treat them with zinc and calcium, and then I believe that they, at a certain point, after it's burned to a certain amount, they just close off the oxygen supply, and that's what activates it. So let's talk about how to take it. In a hospital, I'm not actually sure how they'll give it to you, but they'll usually give you very large amounts. More than I would take if I was just using it at home. So I would just use a capsule like this. Currently I get this from the Bulletproof company because I trust them, and you have to be a little bit concerned about how they're creating this. What is their starting product? Because if that starting product has toxins in it, then you're also swallowing toxins, and not all toxins actually bind to this because they may not be positively charged and therefore may not be attracted to it. So there are some things which may get carried over from whatever process they used, which is then going to end up in your body. So make sure you're getting it from a company that you trust. So for a light kind of stomach situation, you can just take one, it's just fine. Or if you're wanting to help your body, because there's a lot of toxins inside of your stomach just from the food you're eating, and things are fermenting in there, and there's lots of bacteria doing various things, and so your body is constantly having to clean that situation up. This can help the body with that, even if nothing's going wrong in there. If you've got some other thing going wrong in your body, and your body's innate toxin cleansing systems should be focusing there, and you can take the load off by taking one of these, so it doesn't have to focus so much on your stomach. So I just take one of these in a light situation, 2 or 3 in a situation where I really need to make sure that whatever I ate is not going to be hurting me, because it seems like it might, and just make sure you drink it with lots of water. I also use it to brush my teeth. I don't use toothpaste because it's got lots of things in there which are unnecessary, and some of the common ingredients are actually harmful to us. So what I do is I take a capsule and I open it up and I drop it on my tongue, and then I just start brushing and get it wet with the saliva in my mouth. Something you have to be careful of, not to inhale quickly when it's sitting in your mouth and it hasn't mixed with the wetness, because you can inhale it into your system, and it's not a comfortable thing. I don't think it's going to harm you, but it's not a comfortable thing, and it might make you want to cough. So then just brush as normal, and then you can, rather than spitting it out, just swallow it. So you're actually using it to clean your mouth, and you're using it to also clean out your stomach before you go to bed, which I think may be a good thing. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind is if you are taking medicine or eating food which you feel like you want your body to absorb, you shouldn't take the charcoal with it, because it's very likely it's going to bind to the proteins, or it's going to bind to those chemicals in the medicine that you're taking, and you're not going to get the benefits of those things. So give it an hour or two between, take the charcoal when you're not eating or when you're not taking medicine. And then one last kind of word of caution: if you take too much of this stuff, it can cause you to get constipated, especially if you're not drinking enough water. Water is what really moves this through your system and helps it reach all the places it needs to reach. And so if you're having that problem, just make sure you're drinking water and you'll be okay. And also your stools may be darker in color, black, depending on how much you took. So that's my rundown on activated charcoal, why I use it, how I use it, and why you may want to consider using it too. Depending on the situation that you get into, it could save your life, so it's definitely a good thing to have around. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.